remarkable story out of Arkansas this morning. We have some television audio of this. As a woman her name is Ryan Brandt, and she is or was a server at a restaurant called Oven and Tap in Bentonville, Arkansas. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the home of Walmart.
That's right.
That's right.
Bentonville, Arkansas. Well, she and another server worked a large party. I'm guessing a holiday party. I think it was a group of realtors, and there were more than 40 people at the lunch. The big one.
Yes.
And since it was the holidays, each diner chipped in about $100 worth of tip money.
Yeah.
Significant. Believing that the total would be split between the two servers who had worked their lunch that day.
Yes.
The manager, however, instructed, now we have a classic case of he said, she said. The manager instructed Ryan, one of the servers, to pool the tips with all the coworkers.
Yes.
Who, of course, did not work the large party.
Right.
And she said no one had ever done that before.
That was the thing.
She said they'd never done that.
Yeah, that had never, because a lot of times that does happen where the servers all pool at the end of the day.
It's called tip sharing, and all the servers get the same amount at the end of their shift.
I'm against that.
Yeah, I mean, that's how some restaurants you have to do it. It's up to the management.
I don't like it. I would never do that because I feel like some waiters and waitresses are better than others. And
I agree.
You tip them more because
But it'd be interesting to know from someone who's really, made money in the tips, which is preferred.
I think it's...
if pooling is preferred or if
Depends on
that keeps the employees more happy.
Depends on the type of restaurant.
I think it depends on how good or bad a waitress you are, honestly. I mean, if you're really good, I think you get really good tips.
And some people get tipped out. Remember, like bartenders who you may not even visit, but you order a drink at your table. The server has to tip out the bartender.
But if I was a great server, if I went above and beyond and really worked hard, I would want my tips, all of my tips, not to share with somebody who's
slacking. What if you had a slow day? And you had to make rent. You know what I mean? I think that's probably why they do it.
But doesn't everybody have a slow day if you have a slow day? I mean, they pretty generally get the same amount of people, right?
Yeah, but it still puts more money in your pocket.
If you do it, cut it up 20%.
I would say it's probably, I bet it averages out equal, which is why they do it.
Oh, I don't think so at all. I think those who work harder and do more.
I bet it's much closer than you think.
I don't think so. I mean, I disagree with that. I
don't think people are as generous tippers as you think.
I think you can. I don't think everybody gets the same. I feel like if you really do, if you're really good, I think people go, oh yeah, and give you more.
I think that's the ideal world. I don't think that's the real world.
Yeah,
I think you can work really hard and get a 10% tip.
Probably. Yeah. Probably so.
Yeah, and you can be the best server in the restaurant.
I just never understood the splitting part. I mean, you do your part, you get your pay. To me, it's like a football team saying, okay, there's a $200 million salary cap for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so Tom Brady's making the same thing as the punter, and that's not right. The Tom Brady does better. He's more important to the team. So that's why I would
their rents are going to be paid. Football players.
Fine, but you get in this particular scenario, you get paid for really how you do. I would want it that way. It's like, judge me by myself and let me have my full amount of tips. I don't know how servers feel about this though.
Yeah.
I used to be a bus boy, and the servers were supposed to give us part of their tips, and they never did.
Right.
At the end, and nobody ever gave me. I got paid an hourly wage, but they never gave me.
If you don't know if they tip share at a restaurant or not, which you probably wouldn't, you can always give cash as a tip.
They don't have to share that. They put it in their pocket.
Yeah,
that can disappear more easily.
If you can use it, if you use your card and just put nothing as a tip, and then you hand them a $20 bill,
then they keep it.
Then they'll probably put it in their pocket.
Vanessa, maybe you know something about this. Tip sharing versus just keeping all your tips as a waiter, a server. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Yeah, I currently work as a beer tender, and for me, it's way better to do the tip share because. Sorry, it's hitting back to me, the sound.
Oh.
Tip share is better because, like you're saying, like the morning might be slow for the day and then the night is busy. So whoever works the morning would not get as much tip as the other people, and they've worked the same amount of hours.
Right.
And probably seem like decent people. So,
but if you were to... Don't you get the same? So you're saying, does the same person work Friday and Saturday night every week, or do you guys rotate that equally?
We generally have people, like most people will work the morning and then others will work the evening, like the same people, just because that's better for their schedule for the rest of the week. A lot of us work 2 jobs.
Yeah, yeah. But if a guy is working or a woman is working at night, they're much, much busier, and then you work during the day, you don't have to work as hard, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's very true. But I guess that it would still be the opposite way, because some Saturdays will be really busy during the day and then we'll be super slow at night. So
yeah. Do most restaurants do the tip sharing or not?
as it evens out.
Do you know if most of them do the tip sharing?
I think most restaurants still do that now as well, because like you said too, they have to tip out the bartenders and all of that. So.
Right. All right. Thanks, Vanessa.
Of course, another way to get around it is the management of the restaurant could pick up the slack when it's slow on the money.
Yeah, he could be.
They're not going to do that.
No.
They want you paying their employees.
Courtney, you're talking about this woman who they worked a big party and there was a $4,400 tip to be split between 2 servers. But the boss said, nope, you're going to split that with everybody. And then they wound up getting fired over it. Go ahead. One woman did. Go ahead, Courtney.
Yeah, so this guy actually called into the restaurant and asked if they required the staff to pull the tips. Mm-hmm. And he told them no, that they didn't. So that's why they went through with it, because they knew the tip was going to go to whoever they wanted it to go to.
That's right. The guy ahead of time said, I want these 2 waitresses to get this tip. Now, you guys don't tip share, right? And they said, no, we don't, which they never had before. Mm-hmm. But once they did it, they shared it equally with all the wait staff. This is the guy who gave the tip, and he was saying how good it made him feel to do it.
It was an incredible thing to be able to do, to see the server's reaction and to know what that meant for her and the impact it's had on her life already.
And I think later he gave her money, outside.
He started a GoFundMe, yeah.
Right.
And he...
Because she got fired. She got fired when she refused to share the tips, and she said, this is, and I do. I mean, if it wasn't their policy before, why in the world would she share it?
And I'll tell you, this $100 thing is popping up. That's been an online Christmas push thing. Is get some friends, go to a restaurant, everyone bring $100 bill
because they've suffered so much over the last year.
Exactly, and so you pay for your lunch, and then everybody leaves the $100 bill.
This is the waitress in question.
I was to give my cash over to my shift manager to be taken, and then that I was going to be taking home 20%.
Mm-hmm. And she didn't like that. Mm-hmm. But now, didn't the restaurant say that's not the reason she got fired? She got fired
Correct.
for other
He
stuff?
said it's personnel and that's private. The owner of Oven and Tap.
I don't know that I buy that. I mean, one
Oven
time.
and Tap not looking too good in the in the media.
Cole, you're talking about tip sharing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm a server here locally, and we do tip share, but we share with busboys and hosts. Mm-hmm. If you make, however much money off a party, and the table next to you in a different section makes hardly anything on a tip, that is what it is. I mean, that's just how we do it. I mean, yes, they do get shared amongst the hosts and busboys, but I mean, sorry, it is what it is.
Well, do you like it that way, or would you rather share amongst your other servers?
I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have those nights where it's just like I make hardly anything. Like, Mondays, I don't make that much versus like Fridays and Sundays. Those are my really big money-making nights.
Right, yeah, of course. But I do like that you give your busboys, because I worked at Pat and Mick Seafood and never got a dime from the waitresses there. Of course, my sister was a waitress. She never gave me a thing.
Never shared you anything.
Never shared the money with me, no.
You got all the fish sticks you could handle, though, right?
I did get that.
You ate.
And mints.
I
mean, yeah.
and toothpicks.
Yes.
What kind of mints? They have at least chocolate mints?
No, we had those little...
And don't tell no one you're my brother.
They got the butter mints, those butter mints.
Cheapo Depot.
You kind of just barehanded?
Yeah, that's what I've done. Take a whole... I got as many of those as I want.
Mints and toothpicks?
Yes, and all of that. Tartar sauce. If I want a tartar sauce,
cinnamon toothpicks.
Let's play
Tough
tartar
sauce. You come talk to me.
Yeah, I got the tartar sauce.
Extra tartar.
Let's play Tough Ass Trivia. 866-470-2G&C is the phone number. If you want to play, callers 9, 10, 11, 12 start. We'll give you one very difficult trivia question. Get it right, boom, major award and secondary prize. If you need help, you can get it from our panel, Dave Aiken.
This isn't my table, but I'd be happy to help you.
Chris Demm.
Here's a tip. Don't play the horses.
Or Biggie.
How about we salary share?
Once, Good God, we're going to take a break here. Oh, God.
Look at these two.
Yeah, not so quick now.
Playing next year, Two Guys Named Chris show. Rock 92. You're fired.
We've never done that before.
That's not our policy, is it? No, we don't do that.